Enrique Lignan, who is going to be leading us through this call. And I also will be introducing Weston Thomas, who is the placement officer. But again, thank you for joining us. I have been the person who's been emailing you quite a lot during the last few months since invitation. And I normally am at the staging events, but I have a trip that was planned many months ago. I'll ask again if you can please mute your phone. And so I won't be in Philadelphia, but I know you'll have a great staging event. And know that our staff and folks are very excited to see you and meet you on Thursday. So let's start with talking about a little bit about Peru. Peru is one of our larger coasts in the Inter-American Pacific region. We have approximately 200 volunteers currently serving, and we receive 100 invitees a year. We have 2 different training classes that come. You are the second training class of the year. The first training class leaves in April, and they are the Community Economic Development Program and the Water and Sanitation and Hygiene Program invitees. And you are the Youth Development and Health, actually, you're the Health invitees. So we have those 4 sectors, and we're phasing out the environment program, and those volunteers will be closing their service next year. So, as you know, the first volunteers that got to Peru are in 1962 when the programs really just started. They served until 1975 and then were re-entered into country in 2002. And you may be asked about this in staging, so I'm giving you a heads up to those trivia questions. All right, let's see, is Weston on the call? Great, okay, so Weston Thomas, as I mentioned, is your an officer for Peru, and he will be coordinating the staging event. And that means that he will be at the staging event. He will be the person that will be returning your personal passports and birth certificates and giving you these ATM cards with some money in them. It's not very much, so don't get too excited, but it is very helpful. And he will be there to help you with any questions, and he will be at the staging event until Thursday when you leave for Peru. And please introduce yourself, Weston.
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Weston. I'm a placement assessment specialist here at headquarters. I've met probably almost all of you at some point in time, either through a Skype interview or a phone interview. I served as a health volunteer in Cambodia from 2013 to 2015, and I'm very excited to meet you all in just a little over a week, or about a week.
Great. Thank you, Weston. Okay, so I'm going to switch it over to Enrique, who is with the rest of our team as host.
Yes, all right. Thank you, Marcela. This is Enrique Lignan. I'm the training member here. And yeah, as you have seen in the agenda, we're going to go over different points, some information that's important for you to know before you arrive here in country. First of all, I'll tell you a little bit about some of the things we're going to be talking about. We'll mention the word or the acronym PSD a lot. That's pre-service training. So as soon as you arrive in country, you will start your pre-service training process that is 3 months or 12 weeks during, as I already sent you an email about that. But the very first 3 weeks, you're going to be at the training center in Chaclacayo, okay, getting technical training, language training, intercultural competency, diversity and inclusion training, medical, and safety and security training. During week 4 is when you go on what we call a field-based training. So you travel to some provinces outside of Lima, where volunteers serve, and then you have your 1 week experience at 1 week training there. After that, during week 5, you come back to the training center, you get your assignments, week 5. On week 6, 7, and 8, you travel to your future sites, and that's what we call site exploration. We'll give you more information about that when you arrive in country. After site exploration, you come back to the training center, week 9, so that's weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12. You come back to the training center and get more training, more geared and towards your specific needs inside, because you'll have more context about what your sites are going to be. Okay, so that's pre-service training. Now I'm gonna pass it over to our volunteer support manager Alonso, who's going to be telling you a little bit more about the country of Peru.
Hi everyone, this is Alonso, the volunteer support manager. Thanks for your participation. Well, Peru is a very diverse country, so there is no way that we can prepare each trainee for their sites. There is so much cultural, historical diversity in Peru, and what we really want to focus is on intercultural competence to help you to develop your ability to be intercultural competent. I mean, like, you respect where your community go, and you are able to navigate that. We're not going to ask you to change your values, but it's important and beneficial for you that you respect and learn from your community, given the fact that you will be swimming in a different ocean. For instance, here you find a variety of religions, but the Catholic religion is the most important.
Well, not the most important, but like
it's the most common. I mean,
yeah,
among Peruvians. And the focus for us is not preparing you for living under different conditions like no internet or no phone service, etc. Because we feel that the adjustment is more about how to interact with people, how to establish interpersonal relationships with different communication styles, different goals. This is harder than living without electricity, for example. This is a process, we know that, and I think that the first step is to know who you are in order to be able to see where the cultural shock is. About our housing standards, I would say that our housing standards meet Peace Corps Global standards. So all of you will be living in rural sites. For example, your houses will have at least a latrine, so you can start watching videos on YouTube how to use rain. And it's important to remind your role as a change agent. For example, you feel that your host family has different hygiene practices. That's also an opportunity for you to teach them healthy habits. Now, the weather during your pre-service training here in Lima and Chaclacayo will be mild, not so cold, not so hot. And after your training, some of you will be going to the highlands and some of you will go to the coast. The health team can give you more details on it. And about our policies, you will receive our volunteer handbook with a summary of our most important policies. And basically what we expect from you is that you demonstrate a professional behavior during your pre-service training and during your service as a representative of the United States. And that's the official message that we share with your counterparts and host families.
Right, thank you, Alonso. Now we're going to continue with our agenda, and now it's time for it's time for our doctor. She's out on an emergency right now. So now I'm going to introduce you to Emilia Villanueva, who's the program manager for the Community Health Promotion Project, and Andrea Doggett, who's the program and training specialist.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. We are very happy to talk or to start our relationship, professional relationship, since now with all of you. I would like to talk a little bit about why you are coming to Peru. No, our health program or community health program have a proposed why we are here. No, that's the proposal is that individuals and families in rural area can improve their health, no, in all aspects, talking about the sustainability development. We have two important goals that support this purpose. One of that is working with children under 3 years and the other one is working with teens or teenagers between 12 and 17 years. Why we are working with these targets? Because according to our statistics, they are the more vulnerable population here in Peru. With children under 3 years, we will be working with moms or caregivers. And also, when I'm talking about moms, we're talking about parents in general, no? Fathers and mothers. Three important objectives. One of them, early development stimulations. The other one is healthy homes or the environment when the babies can grow up healthy. And the last one is about nutrition, no? These main points support the goal for working the children's health, no? And the other one with teenagers, we have two objectives. One of them is looking in the community for potential leader, train to them like a peer educators. And later, the second objective will be that these peer educators or youth peer educators can educate or train to youth in general. In what? In leadership, like leadership have different points, key points, like solving problems, critical thinking, motivators, planners, etc. More or less, this is the bag that we work with leadership program. And of course, sexual education. Probably most of you know that Peru is living a critical moment with pregnant teen. No, right now is the bad situation here in Peru, and my recommendation, if just in case you haven't seen these topics, you can start right now reviewing the Peru statistics about adolescent situation and children's situation too. So in general, these columns that support looking for the quality, the life in the community, permit to us to give the communities the opportunity to restart or start with their development process.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrea. I'm your programming and training specialist. I'll be in charge of all of your technical training during these 12 weeks of pre-service training and the rest of your training continuum. I'll be with you as well throughout the 2 years along with Amelia. And basically in pre-service training, we're going to be mostly focusing on our first goal to work with mothers and caregivers and small children, as well as pregnant women. So we'll be focused mostly on that throughout the course of these next 3 months, because that's one of the first abilities that you're going to need going into your service, as well as your community diagnostic process, and learning how to do trust building within the community with these women, and how to do house visits, which is principally how we work.
Thank you. And Andrea was a volunteer here in Peru too. You learn more about her later when you meet her in PSC. Okay, so now it's Dr. Suni. She's going to be telling you about some medical information and give you some tips too.
Hi, this is Suni. I will be one of your doctors, and we are 3 doctors, Dr. Jorge Bazan, Carmen Ofiara, and myself, Suni Su. I wanted to remind you 3 things. If by any chance you received shocks recently, try to bring that information to us, okay? Because if by any chance you received something and you didn't send that information to headquarters, even if you got that shot, we will need to give you again that shot if you don't have documentation that proves that, okay? So bring everything that any documentation about that. Second, remember that you need to bring 3 months of medication, whatever you are taking. At the moment that you finish those 3 months, we were going to be able to refill you if you report to headquarters that you were taking those medications, and we will be using generics. Okay, but we are going to be able to refill that after the 3 months. And the last thing, remember to bring two pairs of glasses. Okay, so if by any chance you use glasses, remember to bring two pairs just in case. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
All right, and you have questions about medical stuff, yeah, you can save them for later. Dr. Singh will be happy to answer. Okay, and as I said at the beginning, pre-service training is that time where you are going to be showing us your knowledge, skills, and attitudes, and your readiness to serve here in Peru as a volunteer here in Peru. In order to assess that, we have put together our trainee assessment portfolio that is a very objective and transparent method for us to assess that you reach all the criteria necessary in order to serve as a successful volunteer here in Peru. And our master trainer, Miriam Justo, she's going to be telling you a little bit more about this assessment process.
Hi everyone, this is Miriam, master trainer. I will be working with you for your first 12 weeks in country. And then I only will be seeing you guys at COS conference in 2 years. My role in this is mostly behind the scenes, so I will look for any opportunity to be with you. As for now, what I want to tell you about the trainee assessment portfolio is that it's the monitoring and evaluation method we have in BST for you guys, for you to see your strengths, your progress, for you to identify your challenges and to work with us on the things you need to work more perhaps, or also for us to give you feedback in a constructive way and also very, as we can mention, transparent. It's a document that you will be getting since day one in BST, and it has different annexes for you to work and for us to revise as well. They go from one-on-one interviews with Andrea all the way to written essays and interviews with the training manager before starting in. Some parts, as I mentioned, self-reflection tools. Another are more like on the job skills evaluation, like doing practicums, presentations, working, doing interviews, house visits, doing community assessment, practicums, also having conversations with your program manager, your language and culture facilitator. So it's a monitoring and evaluation instrument that is very helpful for everyone involved to see where we are at and if we are reaching the point that we want everyone to be, which is sharing. So that's it. We'll be talking more in a session during pre-service training. So any questions we can talk later also.
Yeah, thank you, Miriam. And you already did breach the PSD about that. Again, our focus is to give you the support that you need so that you can reach meet the criteria at the end of pre-service training, right? We'll be giving you all the information that you need. And then again, as Miriam said, this is the very first session that you have during pre-service training. We want to be very upfront and transparent and tell you, okay, this is what we expect of you up to the end of pre-service training. And all the time, you can reach out to your permanent training specialist, to anyone in the permanent training team to give you that support that you need. Okay, now in the agenda, the next point is some tips and information that you should consider before you travel to Peru. I know you're all getting ready. You must have already started packing because next Monday you're going to start your staging. By the way, you are the very first group that gets to have the extended staging. Okay, so do make the most of it. You're going to have like your 2 full days of staging with Let Girl Learns and intercultural competency, diversity and inclusion. So we're really, really excited about that, and we want to hear all about it when you get here to post. So some of the tips, formal clothes. There are some occasions like swearing in, for example, where you need to wear very formal clothes. For example, swearing in happens at the ambassador's residence, right? So that's a very formal occasion, and then you all need to wear formal clothes. So, and then during your service, there are occasions where you also have to wear some formal clothes. So please do bring formal clothes for these special occasions. Then we also send the Dress for Peace for Success document. So refer to that document if you have questions about what to wear. But at the training center, again, it's business casual every day. And when you have to facilitate sessions, go to the schools or the health post, then you do have to wear business casual clothes, or depending on the occasion, your program and training specialist will also give you tips on what to wear. But yeah, in general, please bring some business casual clothes and formal clothes for special occasions. Then your resumes. Marcela sent an email with the Bridge to PST document, and also including some information about your CV, your resumes in Spanish. It's a format, it's there already. It's very easy to fill out. You just need to complete some information in Spanish. So please make sure to bring it. We'll be asking you to give it to us during the first week of pre-service training. You don't need to bring a hard copy. You can just bring it in your flash drive or in your email, and then we'll print it here for you. So don't worry about printing it. Just make sure that you have all the information there in Espanol. Aspiration statements too. Miriam is going to be facilitating one session during the first week of pre-service training, and one of the assignments is reviewing the aspiration statement. So please make sure that if you still haven't uploaded your aspiration statement to the system, please do. Cell phones. So Peace Corps Peru provides cell phones to all volunteers and trainees. So the very first weekend, before you go meet your host families, you will get a cell phone. All of them are what we call down phones. Okay, they're not smartphones. They are you'll just have access to phone calls and text messages. Although if you do happen to have a cell phone, a smartphone that's unlocked, you can bring it, and we can give you a SIM card that you can put into your phone. But only if you happen to have a cell phone. Peace Corps Peru will not be able to unlock phones or do all the service for you. If you happen to have a phone that works here in Peru and it's unlocked, they will be happy to give you a SIM card that you can put into your phone. If not, you will receive the down phone, as we call it. Bank accounts. So people ask questions about like if they need extra money, etc. Peace Corps Peru will give you money for what we call walk around and to pay your host families during pre-service training. After you swear in, you get your living allowance. So you'll be covered for that. Remember that the objective is for you to live at the level of the community where you're serving, right? But in case you need your family to send any money or anything, there are a couple of banks that are easy to get money from here in Peru. That's Bank of America and Wells Fargo. So if you have an account in either of these two banks, that will work out well for you. Mail, please. During the first 3 months of pre-service training, it is very, very hard to get large packages from customs. They get held at customs, and then you pay for every single day that it's stored there. It is very hard. Like last time we had a trainee who got a jacket sent from home, and she ended up paying $232 for the package for all the days that it was held at customs. Why? Because customs is far away from our training center. It's about 3 hours from the training center, and they only open from Monday to Friday from 8 to 4:45 or 5. So it is almost impossible for trainees to go there and pick up the packages. And Peace Corps staff, we're not going to do that for you. So please ask your family and friends to wait until you are assigned to your site and after swearing in to send you these packages. They can send you letters and small packages. That's fine. That will get to the training center or here to the main office, and then we'll send it to the training center. But please ask them to refrain from sending you big packages or clothes. And then finally, please read the Bridge to PST. It has a lot of important information. We put together that document for every single group. So please take some time to read that information. You'll find a lot of the answers to the questions that you might have in that document. And if not, feel free to send Marcela Trust an email or send me an email, and we'll be happy to send you an email with the answers. Okay? Now, anything else that you would like to add?
Well, maybe to complement information about the health program, probably most of you are thinking where will be working or where you will be working, no? So for you, we have 4 regions, Amazonas, Piura, Cajamarca, and Ancash. Also, you should start looking for statistic and information about these regions. I can repeat. Amazonas, Piura, Cajamarca, and Ancash. All of these regions have different challenges. We will be in rural areas, don't forget that, okay?
When we say Amazonas, it's not the river, it's the region.
Yeah, the name of the regions.
You'll find out later why it is like that, but it's not the jungle. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay, and then the next thing that I wanted to tell you is airport arrival. So next Thursday, you'll be traveling to Lima, okay? Farmer Hiccups, our country director, and I will be waiting for you as you leave the gate from the plane, okay? So hopefully you'll be able to recognize my face, and then Farmer and I will help you to go through customs and immigrations, okay? In the bridge to PST, there is a document, a form that you will have to complete. They will give you a copy of that form, but I already included that document in the bridge to PST, so you see how to fill out that information. Okay, so please make sure to fill out that form when you are on the plane, so that we can make the process faster. Then after that, we'll go. You'll meet the Peace Corps Peru staff outside of the airport very briefly, and we'll walk you to the buses that will take you to the orientation retreat site. The orientation retreat site is about 2 hours away from the airport. Okay, you'll get there, you overnight there, and then the next morning, Friday, we will start at 9 a.m. We have a full day with a lot of introduction sessions. Then you'll overnight there in the orientation retreat site. On Saturday morning, we'll continue with some more sessions. After lunch, you will go to the training center where you will meet with your host families. So you'll spend the first weekend with your host families. And then Monday, August 22nd, you'll start your first day of official pre-service training. I'll be sending out the agenda for the orientation retreat later today, or Marcela will, okay, or tomorrow, okay? So if you have questions about that, again, feel free to send me an email, okay? And that'll be it for us now, and now it's time for questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to send them to us now. I know there's someone who has a question.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, say your name and your question, please.
My name is Deanna Fern, and I just had a question about if we need to take malaria medication.
Okay, yes, our doctor, she had to leave real quick now, but she'll be back real soon with the answer for that question, okay? So just for a second, and Dr. Smith will be back. In the meantime, is there any
Other question?
other questions? Yes?
Hello.
Yes?
My name is Marcela. I noticed on the agenda it says something about sleeping bags, but we didn't touch on that. Should we be bringing a sleeping bag?
Oh yeah, okay, so sleeping bags, yeah. The thing is, you can find sleeping bags here, but if you do happen to have one, bring them. They come in very, very handy for field-based training events, okay, for site exploration maybe. There are some cold sites where volunteers prefer to live in their sleeping bags and they cover because it's really cold. So again, we don't know now if you're gonna be assigned to a Sierra site where it's cold, but it's always a good idea to bring it. If you don't have one, you don't have to buy one, but if you happen to have one, it's strongly suggested that you bring a sleeping bag. Another good use of sleeping bags is when you do text changes, when you go and visit a volunteer in another site, you know, the whole family doesn't have another bed, so then you can use your sleeping bag for that, okay? So a lot of training events, you will be able to use your sleeping bag. So if you have them, bring them. If you don't have enough space though, it's okay. You can find them here too, okay? Now the question about malaria.
Yeah, sorry, we mentioned some Peru 25 at the same time. So, I don't know, could you please repeat the questions?
Was Diana?
Yeah.
And my question was, will we need to take malaria medication inside, and will we also be able to receive vitamins?
Vitamins, yes, we are going to be able to refill you vitamins. Malaria, it depends. Where did you go?
Piura, Cajamarca, Ancash, and Amazonas.
Yes. So depending where exactly you go, you will receive. At this moment, in all the sites that we have available, it's not necessary to take prophylaxis at this moment. But you know, things change with phenomenon El Niño. That means when summer comes, sometimes in the north of Peru, we need to start prophylaxis in volunteers. But so far, in the last 5 years, even more, we didn't have to put volunteers in malaria prophylaxis. Okay? Did I answer your question, Diana?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any other question?
About medical. Yeah, about medical because I need to take the nothing? Okay.
Yeah, we are this is the mid-service training for our Peru 25 group. So they are year in, and then the doctors are very busy because they have to do checkups for all of our volunteers. Okay, any other questions?
Hi, this is Deanna again. I have a question. Do we need to bring our own pens and notebooks for office supplies, or is all of that provided during our year?
No, we'll give you that during pre-service training here. We'll give you all of the supplies and all of that, all the things, even paper, everything that you will need to prepare your sessions. You will give you all of that at the training center. We have that. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
I have a question. This is Jim Flores. I was wondering, you said you'll close their packages the first 3 months, but what about after the initial 3 months?
Yeah, so after that, once you are assigned to a site, then you can get a PO box, and then you get your your families and your friends, they can send you the packages to this PO box, and then you'll go to your regional capital and pick up your packages personally.
Okay, thank you.
And as Enrique was saying, it's good to have some cold weather here, at least a little bit of it, because in week 4, when we go to field-based training, we'll be going to Huancavelica, which is a little bit chillier. It is in the highlands.
This is Deanna, and I just had a question. The 4 regions that we could potentially be placed, I know Amazonas, could you spell, is it Piura?
Piura, Piura.
Oh, okay, and then the one that began with the C, how do you spell that?
Cajamarca is Cajamarca.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. No more questions? Again, if you have more questions later, feel free to send them our way. Either Marcela or me will be happy to answer any of the questions that you guys have. Okay, Marcela?
Okay. Great. Well, I think that wraps it up for us. We'll see you Weston will see you in Philadelphia, and our staff will see you in Lima. And I wish you the best of luck. And of course, if you have any last-minute questions, as Enrique mentioned, please feel free to reach out to any of us. Safe travels, and thank you for joining us today.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Thank you.
Bye.